Hi, I'm MitchellBrownstein, Mayor of Cote St Luc. So the first question is, what are your goals for the next 4 years? Well, for me, my overwhelming goal always is to ensure the happiness of all Cote St Lucers. And when they're happy, I'm happy. So we have to see what they need and what they want. I say enjoy every moment of life. And that's really my motto in life. So what we're trying to do to ensure those things happen, I know, is everybody wants our roads to get fixed and our infrastructure. And the only way to do that is by getting in more money. We don't want to raise taxes, but we want to receive more revenue. So that means we redevelop our 3 malls, the Carey Square, Cavendish Mall, and Cote St Luc Shopping Centre. We do them in a way that they're not too high, but they bring us the necessary money that we need in tax dollars to do what the people want. And we provide housing for all those people. Everybody wants to move to Cote St Luc. And we want you, your parents, your children, your grandchildren, your grandparents. We want you to be able to come into condos and apartments and townhouses. We want the stores to thrive. We want nightlife. And that can only happen with the redevelopment of the malls. So it fulfills a double purpose. It brings money in to fix other things like roads and sidewalks, but it also brings life to our city and ensures that commerce succeeds and that we have all the things that we need. And the people that live in those new developments will have everything right. Just take the elevator down and you'll have everything there. We want to ensure, though, that all the important services are still there. We don't want to lose services, we want to have more commerce. So we want to ensure that people have places to sit inside and outside, people have places to park underground and on top, and that they have all the places they want to go, whether it's McDonald's or IGA or the pharmacy, everything has to be there. So like I said, happiness, enjoy every moment of life, and we'll do that by redeveloping our 3 malls, bringing in probably 20 to 30% more revenue than we have now, and increasing the population of our city from about 38,000 to around 48 or 49,000. The next question is, what will you do to help with the Cavendish extension take place? Well, the Cavendish extension has been one of my issues for a long time, and I'm very pleased to hear yesterday, and I was quoted in the Gazette today, that Soraya Ferrandum-Martinez is going, Ensemble Montréal, has committed to move forward the Cavendish extension. It was moving forward with Denis Coderre, but then the present administration, the Plante administration, only seems to want bicycle paths, and they don't understand the need for the entire Montreal area to have another access. And we don't want it to be a highway. The proposal is for a 2-lane road, just like Van Horn, which would have rapid transit on it, would have the ability to go from the Cavendish Mall, for example, to get in 2 to 3 minutes by rapid transit to the metro. We also want a train station at the Carey Square and Cote St Luc Shopping Centre. So if you add all that up, you get a lot more public transit. There is a commuter train that drives right by our city. And with the new developments of Cote St Luc Shopping Centre and the Carey Square, those developers can build train stations, places where people can get on and off the train. And that would allow us not only to have more cars in our city, because we don't want too many cars, we just want the right amount, like we have on Fleet, but we also want people to have ways to use public transit. And they will, if we have the Cavendish extension and it's done in a proper way through Royalmount and Jean Talon, not a direct link. That was the plan with Mayor Denis Coderre. It was at the Bureau d'Audience Publique, and then it stopped suddenly. And now Ensemble Montréal says they're going to put it back on the map. So I'm telling everybody to support all those wonderful candidates. Like, there's so many. Leslie Roberts is a new one that I'm very, very fond of, and I hope he gets elected as well. So I'm giving a big shout out to him. What will you do to protect local institutions from anti-Israel and anti-Semitic protesters? Well, everybody who knows me, it's right on the top of my brochure here. I've been fighting for the longest time with the present administration of Montreal because they're not doing their job. In Cote St Luc, we are very lucky that we have 3 levels of security. We have the police, we have public safety, and we have volunteer citizens on patrol. So we do have a safer city than other people have, but it's not enough. Montreal has to provide directives, and Plante has not been doing it. She has not informing the police of what is expected of them. They have to understand what hate speech is. From the river to the sea, or globalize the Intifada, translate to kill all the Jews in the world. You should be arrested for that. There is no direction from the top, and we need an administration that is going to enforce the law. We've been asked by the Plot administration after I addressed the issue to present a brief to the Security Commission. We prepared that brief. I think it's excellent, but they don't want to talk about it until after the election. It deals with simple things. Creating bubble zones in front of synagogues and other vulnerable places, meaning people can't go too close to the protests, police being more vigilant, having body cameras for police officers. And the police union want that. It will protect them and ensure that the protesters act more appropriately during protests. So there's a lot that can be done, but right now there's no will in Montreal to do it. Ensemble Montréal once again says they will, so I hope that they do, and I'm hoping that they get in. There needs to be a change in Montreal. I think that's the biggest, my biggest campaign issue right now is change Montreal, please, so we can move all the things forward, like Cavendish Extension and safety and security throughout the island of Montreal. And I think it's going to happen. In the meantime, in Cote St Luc, we are very safe, not only from attacks, but also for health reasons. We also have Saved EMS, Emergency Medical Services, which is another volunteer organization. So if you live in Cote St Luc, you have the additional benefit of you call 911. Before the ambulance come, you get a medic there from Emergency Medical Services, a volunteer to stabilize the situation. And once again, we have public safety, volunteer citizens on patrol, and police. So Cote St Luc's a safe place. We need support from Montreal. I really want people in our city to feel safe and happy. That's why we created the Cote St Luc Dramatic Society, which brings so much joy to people. We're also fighting Bill 96, and 23 municipalities are with us because we want to ensure that English rights are protected. You are so important to me, and you're my extended family. And I always say that because that's why I work so hard and try to do my best to create a new program or solve a problem. It makes me feel good when I know you feel good. So please go out to vote. You know, in municipal elections, less people vote. And this is the level of government that you are the closest to. You can call Mitch the mayor anytime and ask me, please help me in this situation or help me with that. And I'm going to do it. We're going to work together as a community to make Cote St Luc the happiest, safest place to live, which I think it already is, but we can make it even better. We've done things like Alex Look Place to remember a dear friend of mine. You know, I was in prenatal class, my wife and I, with Alain Raquel Look, and our children, Alex and Andrew, were born 7 weeks apart, and he was killed on October 7th. And it's very close to me that they lost their child and what's happened in the Jewish community over the last 2 years. And I speak with Raquel all the time, and she's a real advocate, and I'm so proud of her, and I can't believe her strength. Together we are going to make Cote St Luc the safest place, the happiest place, and we will overcome the difficulties that we've faced over the last 2 years. So thank you, my family. Reach out to me anytime. I'm there for you.